Hello again, CSCI 150 students. This is your professor, Imad Rahal. This is a recording that you will be watching as part of class for Monday, February 6th, which is tomorrow. In this recording, I'm just going to go over some general things about Thonny and Python, especially differences between how we're doing things and how the book does things, in addition to setup. The first thing to note is when you launch Thonny, odds are you're going to get something that looks like here, as you see in front of you, with or without the assistant tab over here. It's very helpful to have the variables area visible to you. So in case you still don't know how to get that to be visible, you go to view and then select, in addition to shell, select variables. That will allow you to see things here and understand how the program is executing. I've got some code here that I've written that I'm going to change. So in general, for example, we've been trying things like if you want to ask the user to enter some sort of an integer, for example, we do something like, let's say age. Age is equal to input enter your age, okay, and assume that the age is a whole number, so that would be an integer. So if I run the program now and I enter 30, for example, then the age is going to be a standard value 30, and I saw the prompt enter your age. The book does it in a slightly different way. It uses two statements. It starts with a print statement that says print enter your age, and then it follows that with the same thing as we did, but doesn't have a prompt at all. So in this case, the book will have something like that. The reason they do it like this is because it's an online book and they have to work around certain limitations. I just want you to understand that these are effectively the same thing. So here, the first one, age is 30. And then the second one, age is, I don't know, 40. And then the variable age now was 30 and then got assigned the value 30. Or sorry, was 30 and then got assigned the value 40. You never ever have to use this. I just want you to understand when you encounter it in the book. The next thing is, you notice that the program didn't display much until it finished. It just ran through the whole thing. If you want to run a program in step-by-step mode like we did with Raptor, there is that option over here. If you go to run, and you could say debug current script, which is also that little bug over here, if you could see it. Then when you start, well, it wants us to save the program first, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to save it in my downloads, sample. Okay, and I'm going to click on this guy. Now, once you click on it in debug mode, then it's going to highlight to you one statement at a time, and then you could either step over, step into, or step out. In your case, since you were still starting with that, the only thing you need to use is step over, basically. So execute it and then move over. So here, that's the execution of the first statement. I enter 30, I hit enter. Notice the age here appears to be 30. Step over, it's going to display this next line. Step over, now it's going to ask you to enter another number. Going to hit enter, and then the old value has been replaced. So that shows you how they're equivalent, and also it shows you how you can run the program in step-by-step mode. The other, I'm going to get rid of this. The other thing is Python has, suppose I'm going to take your age and then add 5 years to it. So you caught me lying. I'm not 40. I'm actually 44. So I entered 40, but then you tell me, oh, you're missing 4 years. We're going to add that 4 years to the total, and then we're going to display age when we're done. So let's run it again in step-by-step mode. Step over. I'm going to enter 40. You're going to catch my lie here. You're going to say, nope, we're going to add 4 to it and then print the actual age, which is 44. Sometimes these, when you're adding a value or subtracting a value from the same variable, Python allows you to use a shorthand notation called compound expression. So you could say age plus equals 4, which is exactly as saying age is equal to age plus 4. I could do age minus equals to 4. That would be age is equal to age minus 4, or times, that would be age times 4. So whatever you want to do, the operation, you don't have to repeat the variable name twice. So in this case, we'll start with, let's print the age before we add 4 to it, and then after we add 4 to it. So run the program, enter, step over, enter 40. Okay, it's going to do that. Display 40, very good. Now add 4 to it, it's going to make it 44. So it took 40 plus 4 and stored it back in age, and then display the age again, 44. So the other thing I wanted to show you was, let's see, comments. You know, any line you comment out like this becomes part of, no longer becomes part of the program. So if I were to execute the program now, I'm going to enter an age, and then it's going to add 4 to it, but it's going to completely omit the print statements. If you've got multiple, like suppose you have, I don't know, 20 different print statements or a block of code that you want to comment out. So suppose this is what you have: print, 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 you know, and you don't feel like you want to go and comment them out one by one. You could precede the whole block with 3 apostrophes and then end it with 3 apostrophes. That basically, now you're considering all of these as comments, which will again be completely ignored by the program. So if we run it, 40, it's going to add 4 to it, and then again completely omit the display. If you're asked to submit a Python program, I noticed some of you had issues with the previous one. Usually in the submission, I specify a type of file, either .zip or .python, whatever it is. You first need to go and find the location of that file. In this case, the one that I'm working on is this one. It should be a Python file, and then you take that file and drag it over into Canvas. Some of you were submitting shortcuts or doing other things, which was basically prohibiting you from making the submission. I hope you find this recording useful. Thank you much for listening this far.